What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to take a look at some of the new objects coming out of the Far Cry 5's DLC, Dead Living Zombies, as well as some other new stuff that Ubisoft has put into the editor. So let's start with gameplay. I've already went through the objects, scanned through them. This update I am a little disappointed by, and I'll mention my disappointments along the way. But let's go ahead and check out weapons and ammo. There's no new melee weapons, which I was kind of surprised. I would have thought maybe Ubisoft would add in some sort of melee weapon that's, zombified or something like that, something wacky that you can beat zombies with. But when we go to handguns next, we do not have a Desert Eagle. And for the past, I think maybe month and a half, there's been new weapons added into the store in the campaign. And one of them is the Desert Eagle, and I was hoping soon we'd get the Desert Eagle, and I was really expecting it to be this update that we would get it. Unfortunately, it's not. The only new thing that we have, it's not really new, but it just has an attachment, is the 44 Magnum, and we're going to put it down. It has a scope, so we'll put that down anyways. We go to rifles next. There's a really cool assault rifle in the campaign that I was really wanting to have in the editor. I really want to use it. It looks really awesome. But unfortunately, that didn't make it either. Instead, we have the ARC Super, and it's silenced, and it has a scope. So I do like that we can put down a silenced weapon now. That is really nice. But honestly, I would have really liked it if editors could just click on a gun they place down, go to the custom properties, and then select whatever attachment they want for the gun. I think that would have been a better way to go. We'll go to 50 cal, and we have the SA50 Super, long range scope attachment with silencer. We go to shotguns, FOS 12 with red dot sight and a silencer. Now we do have a new weapon in the SMGs that I'll stumble upon in a sec here. So we have the M249. Again, there is the LMG from Far Cry 4. I can't remember what it's called. MG something. And it shoots very, very fast. I can't think of the name. But that's in the store in the campaign as well. I was hoping it would have made its way into the editor, and it did not make the cut either. So let's go to a gun that we've seen in Far Cry 3 and 4, and is now back. It's the BZ-19. So this is new to Far Cry 5, but it's not really new if you've played Far Cry 3 and 4. But I'm glad this gun is back. I'm surprised it wasn't even here to begin with. But they don't have a standard version, so I'm kind of disappointed by that. Hopefully Ubisoft puts the regular version in pretty soon. But I'm glad the SMG slot is getting a little bit bigger as we progress. We have a Super Vector. Now don't let the Super name fool you. It doesn't do anything super. It's just customized. That's about it. No new rocket launchers. No new specials. Throwables. The Lost on Mars grenades. The throwables from Lost on Mars are not here, unfortunately. Ammos and pickups, we still do not have the explosive arrows. Turrets, we do not have the window-mounted turrets still. Unfortunately, I really would like to have that. Vehicles, no new vehicles. It doesn't mean there's not new vehicles in the actual DLC, but as of right now, nothing new under the vehicle section. Health, explosives... Or actually explosives, there is a couple of new stuff. We now have the Martian tank explosives, so that's pretty cool. Put these down. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out the Dead Living Zombies DLC objects. We'll go to Objects, Government, Branding and Signs. We have a lot of graffiti stuff, actually. We have some signs here that I can't see. There we go. Laboratory. Some objects are copy and paste with a different texture. There's quite a bit of that in this DLC, which I was kind of disappointed by. That was another little disappointment, but it's nothing major. Alright, so let's go to supplies. Ropes. and an umbrella. And then let's go to human corpse. Now, as for zombies, you're going to have a good variety of dead bodies to place down. But I was actually more interested in the actual bodies themselves, what these people are wearing. Some of these guys look really cool, and as we progress further down, corpse girlfriend, oh no. As we progress further down, we have scientists that are dead, we have SWAT. So I would really like it if these bodies came to life and we could actually use them in the editor. I would like to see them become AI, basically. And we go further down, we have 1980s gangsters. So I mean, these guys look really cool. So I'm hoping that we get them as AI in the future. That'd be really awesome. But on top of that, we've got some new skeletons and bones. Let's go to industrial. Branding and signs. There's a lot of graffiti now. I'm not going to go through all of that. We have the Slimer. I think is his name, Slimer, the ghost from Ghostbusters. And we have quite a bit of crazy, goofy looking graffiti like that. And then there's another one. There he is. But it's pretty cool. Then we have some flags, American flags. Let's go to urban. We have rooftop air ducts. It's all rusted out. We have a rooftop door. This door was already in the editor. I think this was already in the editor as well. So we have some more rooftop stuff. Let's go to military, branding and signs. Evil Corp logo is what it's called. So I'm going to take it an evil corporation was doing some experiments and released the zombies. And we have a new helipad decal. And we have some goo here. And this goo actually has sound effect too. So that's pretty cool. Go to laboratory. We have some laboratory tanks. Or experimentation tanks. Not a whole lot under laboratories, which is kind of disappointing, but what's there is pretty cool. We have barrels. This barrel actually releases some fog, some goo fog, so that's pretty cool. Some more crates. We have mutation capsules now. Put some of these down. We have some more shelves, and we have a toilet paper pack. I was really wanting the toilet paper pack. I've been wanting it for a while. I didn't think the map editor was really good without it. So I'm glad we've got toilet paper pack. I didn't want vehicle respawn. I wanted toilet paper pack. Let's go to utility. We have some new pipes. It's always good to have some new pipes in the editor that we can use. Originally, we had a lot of smaller pipes, so now we have these big industrial pipes, so that's cool. Wreckages, we have an airplane that's been blown up. Here's the full-size airplane, and unfortunately you can't go through the whole airplane, but you can enter the back of it. So that's cool. Then we have, of course, parts of that airplane. We have the tail end. So that's going to be pretty cool. Let's go to religious. Statues. We have statues of the director. We have a statue, angel with no head. We have a lady statue. Supplies. We have a cemetery coffin. Now this thing gave me a WTF moment because I didn't know what the banging was. And then I realized this box was moving up and down. But nothing happens. Nothing pops out when you jump into the game. You can't open it. So I'm curious to see what this little box, mystery box here, is going to do in the actual DLC. We have some more hanging clothes. I'm going to put some of that down. So now we have some new tombs. Cemetery stuff. So that's pretty cool. I'd say that's pretty cool. Way too much. I guess I could say that's rad. I haven't heard that in a while. We have some new cemetery, not new, but some more rubble that you can use for destructive environments. And then we have some new vines. Not too many, but we do have a few more new vines. We need more green vines, I think. We have a lot of red ones, but we need green. Alright, let's go to transport. Now, we have these buses, and these buses are really cool. You don't have to make buses anymore. You guys can just simply use these. Now, unfortunately, none of these buses are open, so you can't go in any of them, though I think you could crawl in the little compartment here. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna put this bus down, see what happens. We do have regular tires, like a regular tire that's perfectly round, is not destroyed. So any of you guys that build custom cars, you could use this tire. Broken luggage lockers here. Now we move further down and we have a huge variety of these broken cars. Now there's 3 different versions of each car. One has headlights not working, the other one's bright, the other one's dim. And the tail lights are on too. Then they're off. Then they're on. So yeah, it's cool, but just we already had a really good amount of broken, damaged vehicles as it was. I mean, people would just put Omni lights inside the headlights to give it its effect. So I'll put one of these down. Maybe, I don't know, maybe something happens. Put one of those down. Alright. Let's go branding and signs. Under transport, we have Far Cry Arcade. So we have a new sign here. Gun range protocol. Bridge sign. Cache. Highway 42. Cool. We have some interstate signs. It's awesome. Speed limit sign. So it's good. We have some new road signs. We got a lot of road signs now. So we have some lighting. We have a bridge lamppost. So that's really cool. Bridge light train. So that's neat. Now if you guys want to build a Need for Speed map, you can put these in the tunnels. We have storage, Yeti cage. Speaking of cages, Ubisoft, we really need a cage door that animals can't break, but players can. Like how it was in Far Cry 3 and 4. Now we have this giant train container of goo, and we have one that's destroyed. No sound effect. Now we have truck supplies. I'm going to put this down. Supplies. And we have a suitcase. Okay. So if you want to build an airport, definitely want to use these. I'm going to put this down, just see what happens. See if anything happens. Okay, let's go to structures. Agriculture. We have a barn. It's a broken barn. Then we have a regular barn that's closed. And we have this farmhouse. I don't know if this house already existed in the editor, but I will say this house has a lot of rooms. And we have a farm silo, which we already had, but it was broken, I believe. Let's go to religious. Church. Now this church, when I seen this church, I thought this was awesome, and then I realized you couldn't open it, or you couldn't go inside of it. And I thought that was a little disappointing, because this thing looks really cool. And being held up inside of this church, you could make it super creepy. I mean, the possibilities are endless of what you could do with this church, but I was kind of disappointed it was closed. Ubisoft, make one that's open. Stairs, we have Far Cry 4 stairs, which I think was already here in the editor. We have walls, graveyard walls. And then we have a gate, mansion gate. Let's go to transport, bridges. Now we're getting to some cool stuff here. This broken bridge is really awesome. It's completely bent and broken, and if you like making post-apocalyptic worlds, this is definitely something I think you may use for sure. It's really awesome to look at. They have sections as well. And they have some that have the railway signals, which is really cool. Let's go to fences. This fence has already been in the editor, but we do have different versions of this fence now. And these are, I think these are the bridge fences here. Some are broken, some are torn up. So it's pretty rad. I caught myself. Alright, so we continue down, and then of course we have the giant bridge support, so it's neat. And then we have fence gate. Alright, so we'll go to platforms. Now this is cool too, because we have these road platforms that you could actually use. Instead of using your actual road to make roads, you could actually save some space and use roads out of these. So that's cool. Then we have the bridge gate great train is what it's called, bridge great train, for the with the railway tracks sit on. Toll booth base, helipad abandoned. We've already got this in the editor. The only difference is the staircase is missing. Then we have the, this is new actually, stair bridge. It's metal. Toll booth area here. And we have some train tracks, which I don't think we had train tracks before. I think the tracks we did have were for mine carts, for like the mines. If we didn't have train tracks, we do know. Alright, let's go down to, where am I at? Wreckages. Okay. Now we have broken roads. These are going to really come in handy for those post-apocalyptic worlds. And we have some of these that are just hanging off. So it's cool. So that's pretty much it under the new DLC objects. We're going to scroll down to audio and visuals now. They've changed this. It's audio and visuals. It's not effects anymore. We have blood drips. Blood fountain. Pretty gross. Small blood fountain. Small dust. I don't know if this is new. Landslide ground. Cool. Electrical. I think electrical. We've already had that. Fire. We have bridge side fire. Fire building. Now this you have to be far away to see. Look at that. Crazy. Fire car. Oh wait, hold on. I was hitting the wrong one. There it is. Fire lookout. Fire lookout tower? Yeah, that's what it is. Then we have plane crash. Fire windows. Insects. Fire, insect flies, sorry. Which, I don't think these are new. Visual birds. Now we have these birds. You have to actually place them down, I think, in order to see anything. There they are. I found them. They're the birds. But they don't keep coming. I don't know. And then we have... Let me go back. And we have bats. There's some bats. Really nice. Now we have interior management. Now this is cool. We can now put down individual audio sections in our map. Let's put one in this building here. This is a really cool thing. Duration, halfway. We'll choose interior sci-fi horror. Whoops. There we go. This is going to be really awesome. It's so nice because there's some maps where you'll go inside a cave that somebody's built, but you can still hear the wind from outside. This will get rid of it, and you can actually make it really, really nice. I hadn't really messed with these too much as far as like the lighting management and the reflection. I didn't really mess with those, but you guys can definitely check them out. But it's really cool that we have something like that now. Alright, let's... oh, I missed the smoke. I'm sorry. We have some new smoke as well. Ambient smoke. We have bridge smoke, which I think is like a giant cloud. There it is. You make clouds in the sky. We have some goo fog. Smoke ground. Now we have smoke steam. This is pretty cool too. And then we have church smoke, and this smoke is very black. Like very, very thick. Water, we have water drips. So for caves, that will come in handy. Different versions, we have thin water. Small drops or something like that. Waterfall military bridge splash. So yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and check out generic shapes. Invisible. Any of you guys that have been wanting invisible walls, well, you have it. It's here now. And we'll put one right here in this little doorway. There's no object preference for these. But yeah, this is really cool. Really awesome. Now let's go to generic shapes. We do have cylinders now. We have circles. I remember that was one complaint when Far Cry 5 came out. That there was no circle shapes. Generic shapes. So now we have them, so that's cool. And we can go down to pyramids. We have pyramids. We don't have huge pyramids. They're pretty small. But this is a cool thing I got a kick out of, is these spheres. And this is the biggest one, and I was thinking, oh man, you could make planets now. And so I went ahead and changed the texture to, you know, we'll do, I don't know, purple, dark, detailed, I don't know. And I started putting it up into the sky, and I was like, this would be really awesome. But depending on where you put your player, it'll disappear. So the render distance is not really good at all. So you're going to have to set it down close to the surface, But even that, you're just gonna have to really play around with it in order to avoid a player from seeing this planet disappear from thin air. So it would be cool if Ubisoft would actually make these render farther. So we'll go down to stairs, nothing new in stairs. We have tubes. So any of you guys want to make Mario, you can make Mario. Walls and windows are about the same. Now, I'm going to go ahead and address something. A while back, if you clicked on glass, you could actually change the color of the glass. Unfortunately, they got rid of that. I don't know why. It still exists for this, but another thing too, you can change the color of the glass, but you can't change the framing of it. That stays the generic default shape. Normally it was, oh, there it is. Texture right here. Hold on. No. I thought I might have found a way, but yeah, I would like to have that object preference back for those windows or for the glass. Now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about a bigger disappointment. AI. And I was very scared to click on the AI because I had a feeling the aliens would not be here. And the aliens are not here. So I don't know what Ubisoft is doing. They could be making animation points and new control zones for those aliens to be used in the editor. So maybe it takes a little bit more time, I don't know. But I was really hoping these aliens would be here. But I can let that slide. I think the bigger disappointment is that we still don't have any of the animals from the Vietnam DLC. At this point, these animals should be here. And I know some of you guys are really wanting to have some of those animals, and we still don't have it. So this is where the disappointment area kind of kicks in. Enemies and allies, and that's another thing too. I was hoping we would have gotten the little robots. I want the little robots, but unfortunately, those little guys are not here with us today. So hopefully, Ubisoft, after this DLC gets released in the next update, they put all the stuff in. They have to. I mean, people expected it. I mean, people expected, okay, well, Ubisoft releases the Vietnam AI. Okay, well, that means they're going to release the alien AI too and the zombie AI. So people were kind of expecting that was what Ubisoft was doing, and they could still be doing it. It's just taking a little bit more time. But as for the Vietnam animals, I don't really see an excuse for it. But hopefully Ubisoft gets them in here soon. But I think, what else is new? There's no new animation points, I don't believe. Roads, there's no new roads. Collection systems, there's no new collection. I was hoping we would get Mars collections, so that way we could put down a bunch of rocks, but that's not here. There's no new textures for the terrain. No, I think the only thing new under weather and sky is clouds. You go to clouds, and they have the Milky Way. And you can look up and you can see the Milky Way. So that's cool. Now they have Big Sky 7, and then they have Big Sky 7 static. So I don't know what that means. So we'll put Big Sky 7 there and see if maybe something happens. But everything else is about the same. There's nothing new, no new music, which I I would have thought maybe Ubisoft would add in some of the zombie music, maybe. Maybe that's after. Alright, and the only other thing I can think of is ocean appearances. They now have Ocean Arctic, huh? They have goo. They have the goo. But that's really about it. Let's go ahead and jump in and shoot some of these. Or shoot the BZ-19. Alright, here we go. There is some new stuff from Lost on Mars section, which it's basically the animals that were held captive in the laboratory, but that's it. Alright, so here's a sniper. Let's see what this does. Oh wow. Does it blow up? Okay. Shotgun. We already know what pretty much these weapons look like and sound like, so let's get to the BZ-19. Oh, you can't go in here. Okay, never mind. Okay, we'll go back into the editor. And we will... Where's Lost on Mars? Here it is. Yeah. Laboratories, they have the animal corpses now. Cows, they have the Yeti. So, that's about it though. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of 50-50 on the update. There's some really cool stuff in here that has been added to it, but there's a little bit of disappointment. I was expecting to get some stuff in this update, but it's not here. Especially with, I know some of you guys are going to be very disappointed with the animals that are from Vietnam that are not here. I don't really see a reason as to why Ubisoft has not added those in. I mean, it's been 2 months. But anyways, well, that's going to be it for this one. You guys take care now. See you.